This evening. So I'm Joy Squires, I'm Labour's candidate for Worcester in the general election, and I'm angry. I'm really angry. I'm angry that my friends and neighbours and the people I represent as a local councillor in the Arboretum ward have been so badly let down by the Tories. I'm angry that as a school governor of a local primary school, every time I go into school, I hear about the squeeze on budgets, the lack of support for children with clear mental health support needs, the added burdens being placed on teachers to be social workers and child psychologists, yet still to be held to account for progress in maths, English and science. I'm angry that our young people are burdened with really heavy debts as they start to make their way in life. And that's really personal for me because my youngest son, who's 28, still owes £28,000 in tuition fees and loans. And at 28, he's still in a house share, even though he's got a decent job, but no chance whatsoever of being able to rent anywhere on his own, let alone buy anywhere. So where's the hope for our young people? I think that hope is being taken away from them because some of the basic needs that I could look forward to at the age of 28, being able to settle down, afford a home of my own, have been taken away from a whole generation. I'm really angry that 23% of children in Worcester live in poverty, brought about by cuts to child benefits and tax credits and set to become worse as free school meals are taken away, hitting the poorest families hardest. I'm angry that when I take frightened, embarrassed people to the food bank for the first time, I learn about the 30% increase in food bank use in Worcester last year, much of it down to people who are in work, yet unable to make ends meet. I'm angry that the crisis in our NHS is getting worse, not better. Our NHS is underfunded and undervalued. NHS workers have in effect had to take a pay cut over the past few years because of the cap that's been put on pay rises. They're working under huge stress and strain. They deserve better and our NHS deserves better. And like so many of you will be now, I'm really livid that our pensioners are under attack from the Tories with means testing of winter fuel allowance, plans for a dementia tax that nobody can defend because the proposals are so poorly thought through. Talk about back of a fag packet. And they seem to need clarifying by Theresa May on a daily basis. So this is what 7 years of a Tory government has brought about, and I can't bear to think what another 5 years of the Tories will do to us here in Worcester. So it's time to put that right. Labour has set out very clearly that we can do things differently, that we can create a more secure future for individuals, for families and our public services by taking as our starting point the need to address inequality and poverty and allow everyone to make the best of their lives, whatever their circumstances. So what are Labour's proposals to bring about a more secure future for us all? Well, we'll start by investing in our children and young people. They're the future and deserve much better than they're getting from the Tories. So we will invest again in Sure Start children's centres and early years services that have been cut to the bone locally. We will make sure that we reinstate the school budgets that are being cut. All primary school children will get a decent hot lunch so that they can learn well, and we'll reintroduce the education maintenance allowance to take the pressure off the poorest college students so that they can focus on their studies and getting the skills and qualifications that they need for the world of work. We'll end university tuition fees from September this year and introduce maintenance grants so that the next generation can make their way in the world free of debt, really get on with their lives and then really start to make the contribution to society that so many of them want to do. And we'll give the NHS the money it needs, £37 billion to cut waiting lists, meet cancer care targets which are not being met locally, reintroduce student nurse bursaries to encourage recruitment, and end the 1% pay cap on NHS and public sector pay. And yes, we will scrap car parking charges at hospital car parks for patients, for staff and for visitors. We'll introduce a real living wage of £10 an hour to give families a decent income, and we'll extend 30 hours free childcare to 2-year-olds. And we will scrap 0 hours contracts so that families can plan from 1 week to the next with much more certainty. And to achieve all this, we will ask those with the broadest shoulders to contribute more, with the top 5% of earners, those on 80,000 plus a year, to pay a little more income tax, and corporation tax will rise from 19% to 26%. And that will be to the benefit of all those businesses and corporations, because they need to know that they have a well-educated, highly skilled, healthy population to be able to take on the jobs that they will be creating.